Hi, I'm Marc Cherry, creator and executive producer of Desperate Housewives.
And I'm Doug Savant, actor on Desperate Housewives.
I'm going to do that one more time. And we're going to answer your questions for abc.com.
Are we doing the whole thing again?
Apparently you cleared your throat while I was introducing myself.
Which character are you most like on the show? You can only pick just one.
I think I'm probably most like Lee, one of the gay neighbors, because he's the one who gets to use musical theater references. And for those of you out there who don't know, I'm all about the musical theater.
And just a little bitchy. It seems that Tom Scavo is standing up for himself lately. Are you going to continue to make him get tougher?
I think of Tom Scavo as one of the great wimpy husbands of all time. And I only occasionally like to have him stand up to his wife. And it mirrors the relationship of Felicity and Doug so nicely.
Mark said to me the other day, one day you'll play a whole man. I said to you, I have this much fun playing a half man, I'll keep doing this for as many years as you'll have me.
There you go.
A great time.
There you go.
Will there be any totally new characters introduced on the show this season or next?
Yes. I always try to bring in new people at the beginning of every season, or at least halfway through, to help us both with our mystery storylines. And, just kind of spice up the neighborhood. I've got a couple of ideas. I think you may be meeting one or two characters in our season finale who we will then hold over for next season. But yeah, so expect to see some new faces coming real soon.
This question is from Doug Savant from Burbank, California, for Marc Cherry. We've had a long list of brilliant actresses come in and be guest stars. Who's still on your wish list?
I bumped into Vanessa Redgrave at the SAG Awards. And her sister, Lynn, had just done the show. And Vanessa said that she would be pleased to come on the show. And I was like,
wow.
Really? So I've been working my tushy off, trying to think of something that would be right for her. And it's hard because you go, oh, not this part, like it's the right age, but there's not enough to it. So I'll probably be pursuing Miss Redgrave for a while. And of course, there's tons of other actresses I meet all the time. Mary Tyler Moore, I'm a longtime fan of. And, Valerie Harper and people like that, who are just people who I grew up with, kind of taught me how to be funny, so I'd, love to work with them. I've been very lucky in the show. I've gotten to work with a couple of my idols, so.
So do you think maybe Vanessa Redgrave has been like an irrepressible passion for Tom Scavo, something like that, like a cougar storyline?
A cougar storyline? I respect Miss Redgrave far too much to indulge in that kind of tomfoolery. Is Tom's daughter, Kayla Scavo, going to come back? If so, will she be a little psycho towards Lynette?
I have, again, no idea if Kayla's coming back.
I think because we did a 5-year jump, we very possibly will bring Kayla back to cause, more problems on the lane, specifically for her father. But it won't be this season.
Maybe she comes back and wants to date one of the boys. But they do share some biology, don't they? That wouldn't work.
Are you done pitching incest storylines on abc.com? I'm curious. Okay, because I'm going to go, yeah. Okay.
Let's see how it goes. I don't know. I'm going to save that pitch for ABC Family.
Yeah, let's do that. Do you wish you had more scenes with any one character?
No, I love working with Felicity Huffman, and so I don't covet working with other housewives on the show or what have you.
Although you just did do a scene with the gorgeous Eva Longoria.
All right, she's all right.
How is that different than working with Felicity?
I guess there's just a little bit of a different energy. Felicity and I, after 5 years, have so much familiarity that it's very easy, it's very comfortable, and there's a shorthand if we want to ramp up into the scene with improvised dialogue of stuff that brought us to the situation. We can do that. But with Eva, I was a little unclear, of exactly how she works, and I was a little reticent to maybe have the conversations that I might have had with Felicity about. I think that we ended up getting the scene done properly, but the approach was mildly different.
Yeah, it's funny because a little known fact is that Doug actually gets jealous when we bring in other men for Felicity to act with. We had Jason Gedrick, who played the character of Rick, who was working their restaurant, and Doug would just come to the set unannounced when they were going to do a big romantic scene. It was just a little odd.
Not exactly true. Which character has the most fighting scenes or action?
It's always Mike Delfino, partly because we've originally conceived the character to have this mystery storyline background. That's how he got on the lane to begin with. and we've had him connected to various mystery stories. And also because just, that's Jamie's persona. The big joke with the writers is that our one spinoff we're going to do after the show is over is Delfino Private Eye.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I want to see Jamie in some bad 70s mustache jumping into like Mustangs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Going off to solve crimes. And I think Jamie actually would be up for that in a weird way.
Can't we do like a fantasy episode?
He would be the cop and you'd be the hostage. Thank you so much for joining us today on ABC.com. I'm Marc Cherry, creator and executive producer of Desperate Housewives.
And I'm Doug Savant, actor on Desperate Housewives. Watch the show.